Afternoon and good evening. This is Kathleen Gage with IBPSA. And, you've probably heard the term, if you have enough passion, you can be successful. Well, today we're going to talk about how it takes more than passion to succeed. But before we do, I have to officially say we are on air. So that means everything. Yeah, that means everything's going to run smoothly.
So far today, anyways, we'll see what happens with Kathleen, but I'm going to jump right in and introduce Susan. Susan Briggs, one half of the formal duo of Dog Gurus. Welcome, Susan, to the session today. It is such a bloody pleasure to have you as our guest.
I want to, yes, with no further ado, I definitely want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. And Stephanie, I'm turning it over to you now.
Yeah, so we've got Susan Briggs from the Dog Gurus here with us. We're going to learn a little bit about some of the programs that are offered by the Dog Gurus, what they're going to be doing at the IBPSA conference. But Susan, it's such a privilege to have you as our guest today because you and Robin, the two of you, have been my role models and my mentors for over 20 years. And everything that everything that I do here at Paw and Order, I'm like, okay, what would Susan and Robin think of this? What would they think of that? And for those of you who are interested, I want to show a copy of this book. This is a book co-authored by Robin Bennett and Susan Briggs, our guest today. And it is called Off Leash Dog Play. And I think Kathleen's going to post the link to get this book on Amazon in our chat room, because what I want to tell people who are watching today is this book here is
And it looks like Stephanie froze, and she's trying out for the movie Frozen because right now she looks frozen. So while she's coming back, let's go ahead and continue. Okay, you just switched positions. Now you're on the bottom there, Stephanie.
Yeah, I fell off for a minute, but I kept talking. I'm not sure if you heard me.
Yeah, and I will put the link after the fact. I'm not going to put the link now because I don't want to mess with the algorithms and take a chance of dropping the line. But go ahead, if you could tell us more about the book, because you actually said when somebody comes to work for you, they cannot work for you until they've read this book. Tell us why.
This is required reading for anybody before they are allowed to put their hands on a pet in our care here at my facility, because it goes through, it actually breaks it down very easily into red, yellow, and green light canine behaviors. Because I want to make sure that even a new employee who has virtually no experience with pets, I want them to be able to safely interact with the pet. And I want them to be able to make sure that the pet is comfortable and we're not doing something to cause unnecessary stress. So we actually have a co-op student from a community college here doing their work placement with us. And I sent a copy of this book to her and said, okay, you have to have this finished before you're going to interact with the dogs, because we take it that seriously, because it promotes safety and teaches us how to read the body language of the pets that are in our care, the dogs that are in our care. And it's absolutely second to none. And I'm not plugging this because I get anything back from the Dog Gurus. I'm just saying it is part of our onboarding process once somebody accepts a position here at my facility. It's not negotiable.
Well, before we get into Susan's conversation about taking more than passion to succeed, one of the things that I really want to emphasize to people is I work with a lot of authors, and I know that when somebody puts time into creating a book, into writing a book, there's something to be said for their level of expertise, that they take their expertise very seriously. And so with that, I would love to find out from you, Susan, why does it take more than passion to succeed?
Yeah, and it does start with that care quality of the pets, which is Off-Leash Dog Play was the first project Robin and I worked on together. And that came from our passion that dog daycare is a great service, but there is a risk to it. And you can be passionate about having a great, fun environment, but the safety also has to be there. And the safety comes by being able to understand what the dogs are telling you and understanding how you can effectively lead dogs using positive benevolent leadership. And so it truly does require, as professionals, that we understand all the pets and species that we take care of in our centers, whether it's dogs, cats, whatever, because they do communicate with us through their body language. And I think as professionals, we have that extra responsibility to be educated about the species and the animals we're taking care of. So that's kind of the baseline of how Robin and I got started working together, was that passion. That I've also realized, because as Stephanie said, I have been around a while in this industry, and I do love it and have a strong passion for it. And the other side of it is, to stay in business, you've got to be a business person also, in addition to having a passion for the animals, so that both of them have to be there, in my opinion.
You know,
No,
Stephanie and I, we were,
absolutely.
and we were talking about this a few days ago, about how a lot of people will say to people in the pet industry, "Oh, you're so lucky, you get to be around dogs all day." And that's only a small portion of it. It's knowing how to run a business. And that's really what you're all about, is teaching people there's much more to it than just walking dogs or playing with dogs.
Absolutely. Yeah. And this year has been a real challenge. And people are having to look at their businesses probably more closely than they have in a long time, and make some pivots. And so Robin and I have been honored to be able to be a part of helping a lot of people in our industry do that this year.
Yeah, the dog gurus have hosted a lot of webinars on your Facebook page. I followed all of those. And it really have been in tune with what is happening, and trying to support people in the industry to find creative ways to navigate it, because I mean, these are unprecedented times. And you know, some of the things that we'll have Susan talk about some of their programs here in a minute, and what they can expect at the booth at the IBPSA conference. But when you're looking at the a wide breadth of knowledge, you know, the dog gurus really, we do focus a lot on increasing safety levels in pet daycares and doggy daycares and overnight boarding and all of that. And that's one part of it. And that's kind of satiates the passionate side of things, so we don't do things stupid. But on the other side, I mean, you guys have programs for everything from human resources, hiring, employee engagement, right? And your passion, right? Your co-passion, Susan. Let's get into all of the things that that doggy daycare owners absolutely really hate. Budgeting, forecasting, you know, all of the numbers, and because you're an accountant as well.
Right.
So you bring that level of expertise to the table, where it's really hard to find, you know, a duo of people who have that canine side, the business side, the HR side, and like really it's an all-in-one. And yeah, you know what? People who start doggy daycares generally hate working with budgets and forecasts and numbers and all of those things. And we have a tendency to do things to our own at the end of the year and say, make this all work. But you teach a very different way of doing that. I mean, I even went to your session in Hershey, Pennsylvania one year, the coffee and cash.
Yeah.
You know, it was fantastic. It was a wonderful workshop. So, and it was kind of just acknowledging, as a business owner, you are a business owner, and you have a responsibility to your staff to run your business professionally, so that those doors stay open, and you have a job to come back to tomorrow and next week and next month and next year.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And then you're there for the pets in your community, because Robin and I truly believe that the members that we work with, and we share a lot of members with IBPSA, it's why we've supported IBPSA from the very beginning of their conferences, is because this continuing education, you are the businesses we want in these communities serving the dogs, because you have this investment in ongoing education and quality care and educating your team. And so if we can help you on the business and number side, so that you stay in business and actually enjoy your business and get compensated for the effort you put in, it's an honor for us to be able to do that for business owners.
And I just want to say that Jim Royal has joined us, and he said, "Good morning. I just booked 2 new puppies today for the Dog Gurus Daycare Done Right." Tell us
Nice.
about what that is, the Dog Gurus Daycare Done Right.
Yeah, well, Robin and I have been around. We're kind of the pioneers of dog daycare when the industry started about 25 years ago. And, we were creating a new service, many of us, including Stephanie, and we were doing all day play. I mean, dogs are social and they wanted to play and interact. And I think what we've really been focused on the past 5 years or so is that really the best model? Is that the best we can do for the dogs when they come to visit us? And what we're finding, and Stephanie has been one that's implemented this and ran with it, is a more enrichment based model of daycare is more engaging for a lot of dogs. I think the all day social play is good for probably younger dogs that are more outgoing and social, but there's a lot of dogs that are more kind of wallflower, shy, reserved. Older dogs, even young puppies, really benefit from more structure to their day, and they get playtime with other dogs in smaller groups, but they also get activities with people, and we know our pet dogs love to be and get that attention one-on-one from people, and things that really use their brain. Because we all know when you go to this conference next week, when you get done at the end of the 4 hours, you're going to be exhausted. And it wasn't because you've done anything physical, it's that mental work that's tiring. And the same goes for our dogs. And so members of ours who have implemented this enrichment daycare 2.0 model really do rave about it, that it's great for the pets, it's great for the staff. They're more engaged in their jobs. The dogs love it, and it's good for the business.
Yep. And we, around here we say, you wouldn't go for a 5-mile run, come home and change your shoes and go for another 5-mile run. You would go for a 5-mile run, come home and take your shoes off and watch TV or maybe read a book. So you would satiate the physical side and then
Nice.
satiate the mental and emotional side. And even those young dogs that probably do have the stamina to go all day, that's when we bring them in and do like one-off little training, like door manners, or exercises. And that paid for us tenfold, because here we are in September, doing back to school pictures. And all of the dogs in our, what we call Day Camp Elite program, just come in, hop up on the climb, sit, give us a smile, and the picture's in and away they go.
Yeah.
But first, before we started the enrichment program, sit, stay, and it was nerve-wracking. Yeah. And this year we got through the school pictures no problem, because the dogs just came in, hopped up on the climb, sat down, looked at us.
I love it.
What are we going to do?
Beautiful.
I would love to find out more about what you're going to be doing at the conference, Susan. And I want to remind people to go ahead and sign up for the conference. It's happening in just a few days. And Stephanie, in a few minutes, will talk about the prize you can win when you register today. It's not an if, it's when you register today. And it's amazing. We're just overwhelmed with the amazing response that we're getting as a result of these lives and people signing up. So be part of that pack, sign up. And Susan, so tell us about what's going on at the conference.
Yeah, the Doggers, we're proud to be there and have a booth, and we hope you'll come see us. And we're offering a recovery bundle, which is some of our most popular products and programs that we think will help pet businesses come out the other side of this pandemic. So it includes our Daycare 2.0 toolkit, so you can learn how to do and implement enrichment daycare in your center. It includes our operations manual. The budget's made easy. Sorry, we are going to help you do your budget, because numbers are going to be different now. So
yes,
you need to know what they are and plan for it. Counting those as our pet profits, where we can help you with your pricing and make sure every service stream is priced profitably. And then job descriptions, because getting clarity with your team on what their role is and how they fit into the big picture. So that bundle is not something we offer in our store. We put it together specifically for the conference. And so come visit us and we'll get you hooked up for that.
Well, I love what you said about Yeah, and I love what you said about knowing your numbers, because if you're serious about business, you have to know your numbers. And that's something a lot of people try to avoid. But if you can stay on top of your numbers, especially right now with the pandemic, it's about looking at where you have money leaks. I did that in my own business when the pandemic hit. It's like, where do I, and I'm really good with money. And yet I was kind of surprised at some of the subscriptions I had, for example, that I just wasn't using. And, $5 here, $10 here, $50 here, it all adds up at the end of the day. That all impacts your profit. And when you have more profit, you can put more money into your business to create better services. So I love that you're going to be giving that particular package it's a prize that you're giving.
No, it's a bundle that's discounted. It's like over
Okay.
$1,100.
Wow.
They bought it separately, and it'll be $5.99 at the conference. So
Wonderful. Wonderful.
And we'll
Okay,
make sure
and-
that people know that too. But you guys are giving away a prize at the
Yeah,
conference.
I did hear
And
that.
we're not going to give
Rumor
all of
had
the
it.
details, but it is valued at over $1,000. And part of it has to do with a 3-month subscription. Just part of it has to do with a 3-month subscription to the new Pet Guru College that I want to know a little bit more about. Susan, can you tell us a little bit about the Pet Guru College?
Yeah, we're so excited to donate a prize because we love giving away prizes. So, and we are excited about Pet Guru College. It is our newest staff training program, and we stepped back and looked at when we were in business and operating our business, what would have been the easiest way to get our staff trained well for care quality and to work independently. And so we created a training program based on the roles they have in the business. So we have a lodging counselor role, daycare counselor, client care counselor, front desk, and then an enrichment counselor for those offering enrichment services. And we've included knowing dogs as a part of it. And we've laid out the training plan for like the first 10 to 12 weeks of being in the business. So you don't even have to, we tell you what to do week 1. And at the end of the week, do a check-in. They should be comfortable with this knowledge and demonstrate these skills. And then you go to week 2. And we've included, like I say, knowing dogs. We've also included some soft skills. And I know we feel like people should come to us with all these great communication and team skills, but the reality is not everyone has those. And so the program does include our communication skills for pet care professionals. So it's specific to the pet care business, as well as how to be a great team member and what is it like to be a member of a team in a pet business.
Susan, you mentioned, and very politically so, that not all have those soft skills. I really appreciate how gently you put that, because the reality is a lot of people who get into this business because they really like dogs and they like humans less. And very often, and they're passionate and they're great with the dogs, but they have, generally speaking, this is obviously not an absolute, but generally speaking, we are not as good with people as we are with the dogs.
Right.
And so sometimes a little bit of education around how to word something, or what the expectation is from the client side. It's not just like, here's your dog and leave. And we talked about that on one of our lives, about presenting the dog to the client and that customer service aspect of it. And you're absolutely right. Anything that we can allow or give to our pet care facility owners to help, because they're generally not that great at people skills either, because they like the dogs. So it's going to be really hard for them to teach the subsequent employees that come in after, so I think that's absolutely brilliant to give a little bit of a helping hand on how to talk to people.
Well, we really want to help our members and the people that are in our programs retain those rock star employees. And, the rock star employees want to be in an environment that's organized, has a great team, people work together, they've got documented policies, everybody knows their place. And so we really feel like Pet Guru College should help save you money and not only training employees more thoroughly faster to where you don't feel like you're repeating yourself and continually having to answer the same questions, but also keeping those rock star people longer. It's a real professional education.
And I want to add something to that from a pet parent perspective and why I give business to certain vendors. One is their people skills, and two is the skill that they have with the animals. So being able to retain good staff members, good team members is so essential to getting rid of those money leaks, because it costs a fortune to replace a good staff member. And also, you want to look at, and I'd love for you to talk about this, Susan, the lifetime value of a client and their pet. When they keep giving you repeat business, whether it's, daycare facility, a groomer, whatever it may be. And then also referral business, because I know that with all the dogs we have, we always take them in for daycare or for training. And we've had such interesting experiences when we find somebody who's like the cat's meow, literally, or the dog's bark, no pun intended, but we refer business over and over and over. And I tend to have a pretty big mouth when it comes to that. And if I don't like somebody, I'll make sure that people know that too, and why. And so talk to us about, if you will, why retaining these staff members are so important for referral business and understanding the lifetime value of a customer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you understand the lifetime value of a customer, it really puts decisions in perspective for your business. And, oftentimes we do know our top customers, hopefully how much they spend a year, but how long do they stay with you, which is probably, the life of the pet for many of them. So if they come in as a puppy, you could have this customer for 12 years if they don't relocate. And so take that annual spend times 12 years and use that to help empower, we know there's disputes, people, maybe they weren't happy with the bath. So you have a $40 bath that a customer isn't happy about. And if you know this lifetime value, it makes it an easy decision to keep that customer happy. And
People have always said nobody's ever died from swallowing their pride.
I love that. Yeah.
That could be a Joeism. I'm going to write that one down.
Yeah.
It's a Stephanieism. I like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just got, sometimes. And then, yes, you have that customer for, let's say 12 years, but the odds are that they're going to get another puppy.
Absolutely.
So it's a lifetime of the client, not of the pet that we're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
So Susan, what can we expect to see from the dog gurus at your booth at the conference?
Well, we are going to share and talk to you about Pet Guru College. We may even try to do some demos, because you guys have some great technology and opportunities for us to be able to do that. We are going to have a special off all the products and courses that are in our store. And Rob and I are going to be there hanging out, because, virtual is the next best thing to being there live. And we've really missed giving hugs to everybody. So we'll be doing the virtual 5 highs and just how can we help you with your business and where you're at today? Because we know this has been a tough year. And we're just excited to network with everybody and have them come by our booth and see what we can do to help. And we feel like these bundles and specials that we've got will facilitate that. But let us know what's going on. What's your pain point? We do have a lot of tools in our toolbox, and if we can help you, we want to.
And maybe, Susan, after this call, you can send me some details of the show specials that you're going to have for the conference, so that Kathleen and I can talk about them during the conference and get some people over to your booth. I'd be really interested in that.
And I want to remind people to go ahead and put in the comment section that you're here, where you're watching from. And if somebody could add in the $50 Amazon gift card, we're going to be giving that away shortly. But I really want to know, how do you do a virtual high five? Susan, could you show us how we do a virtual high five? Okay. Okay. Love it. Love it. Okay. And so please put in the comment section where you're from, and we're going to draw for a $50 gift card. And Stephanie, I would love for you to share what people can be put in the drawing for when they sign up today, because we have signups coming in. The conference starts on the 29th. We have a networking opportunity on the 28th, I believe, from 5 to 7 Eastern, I believe. Go ahead and share that if you would.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm absolutely happy to. So, and I mean, again, one of the things that you've heard through all of these Facebook Lives is the importance of education. And Jamie Migdal said the other day, education is what separates the hobbyist from the professional. And I thought that that was a fantastic quote from her, because it really is about education and obtaining that. So when you sign up today, because this is the last day that you'll be entered into the draw. If you sign up by midnight tonight, you'll be entered into the draw for the big prize that is just going to be given away based on registration date. And that is a 1-year full access to both levels of canine certification provided by the IBPSA. It's valued at $150. But if you are the winner, it will be for you and every team member at your facility. So if you have 20 team members, that's a $3,000 prize, which is absolutely nothing to sneeze at. And we talked about, the prize donated by the Dog Gurus, valued at over $1,000. We have a prize donated by Ogina Solutions, valued at $1,800 US. And I say US because for us Canadian, that's like $1 million. So once we get the exchange rate done. If you are looking or watching this program from another country, contact the IBPSA, because there are some discount codes to make it pretty much $199 in your currency, not just US. So that kind of affects all of us equally. But when we look at this at just about $6 per session, I saw a different conference and advertised recently, and it was only 12 sessions, and it was just about the same. So I was like, that's interesting. Here we've got 33 sessions, plus a meet and greet, the technology to go face-to-face, not in person, but face-to-face, just as plain as the three of us are sitting here right now. So I can't understand why somebody wouldn't. And you know what, Susan, right over your shoulder, I see a PAC card. I recognize that logo from a distance as I'm looking at it. But for those of you who are interested, and if you are PAC certified, you most definitely should be interested, because there are over 30 available continuing education unit credits available at this conference alone. But you have to be the registered person. So this isn't the time to register yourself and try to squeeze 12 people around your computer to get it for free. Trust me, Carmen and the rest of her team have done one heck of a lot of work to pull this virtual conference off at a level that truly sets the bar for virtual conferences. And if you are PAC certified and want the CEU, it's only going to be given to the person who is logged in, and it will be the completion of that course will be associated with that individual's login code. So if you want your own CEUs, you got to sign up for the conference.
Great
and
point.
If you want the ticket into the draw, it's got to be today. So do not delay.
Okay, and I want to just welcome again, Alicia's here, Shan Spooner is here, Jim Royal is here. Let's see, Catherine Ann Greer is watching, Leslie is here, Hudson, Shan Spooner is here from Ontario, Marie Santinel Howard, she's watching, and she just sent Susan a message to have a strategy session.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing. Catherine Ann Greer, I don't know if I mentioned her, but all those people are watching. They're all eligible to be put in the drawing for the $50 Amazon gift card. And, I really do want to encourage people to sign up. I just went through a 3-day training that was it was substantially more than the $199. The value that you're getting for the $199, not only do you get the 30 training sessions, you get to watch the replay for up to 6 months. And again, we talked about this the other day, the difference between a hobbyist and a professional. And just want to share a very quick story that really ties in with this customer care and the lifetime value of a client. We are so dedicated to our puppy groomer, our dog groomer. Molly is just amazing. And we do a lot of animal rescue. We got a rescue on Christmas Eve day. And we called Molly and we said, Molly, we've got this rescue. She came out of a really volatile situation. It was the Paradise Fires. Molly came in, get this, on Christmas Eve day, spent 4 hours, 3 of which were just bonding with our dog, who was just petrified. And you don't think I've told a lot of people about Molly? Oh my gosh, I have just been spreading the word of how compassionate Molly is, how she took her time. She didn't rush through the job with our little Roxy, and Roxy was off the charts crazy. When we got her, we thought, what have we gotten ourselves into? She's now the most awesome dog. We put her through puppy training.
Bless.
All of those things make a difference to a pet parent. So when you're at the conference, go to the virtual exhibit area, go see Susan, because she will share with you what you need to know to really build your business, as will all the other exhibitors, as will all the speakers. You get to meet face to face with the speakers. And guess what? Humbly, I say, they get to meet face to face with Stephanie and myself. Oh my gosh, if that isn't like the cat's
Every
meow.
day.
Oh, it's the cow's moo. It's like,
Very
okay. Yes.
And you know what I found interesting the other day? I was speaking with a client, Susan. I add this for more your comedic relief, because we went through the budgeting process last year, and when COVID-19 hit this year, I was like, okay, well, have you redone your budget? And all of this while, I hadn't gotten to them until the early May, but all of the while, they were holding their managers accountable to the budget that we set before COVID. And of course, the general manager was feeling like they were failing. They're like,
Right,
no,
yeah.
we need another $50,000 this month. So, lesson learned, when things happen,
Yes.
sometimes you have to adjust your budget,
Exactly.
which includes your revenue streams and your expenses, to make sure that you come out the other end. And I thought that was just priceless. I was like, no, it's not a one and done, set it and forget it. It's one of these things with numbers that you have to keep visiting. So I highly encourage people, when they come to the conference, again, it's not if they come, it's when they come to the conference, that you stop by and visit with Robin and Susan at the Dog Gurus booth, because there's just a plethora of information there that people don't want to miss out on. And there's show specials, and there's the recovery bundle. And I mean, I could go on and on. Your 3 signature programs, your launch formula, your profit network, and your growth intensive.
Yeah. So yeah,
Right?
we're here, help you launch your pet business, grow your pet business, and get profit from your pet business, so you exit on your terms. That's
Okay.
That's what it's all about, really. And we still have, actually today I was redoing the prize list. We still have prizes coming in that Kathleen and I are going to be giving away every single break session. So if you are watching this and you are at the conference, you want to make sure that you collect your code words from Kathleen and I during every break session, so that you can be entered into the draw, I say, or the person with the most points will get a pass to next year's conference in Orlando, 2021 IBPSA pass, amongst other fantastic prizes that I'm just looking at on my desk, because I'm trying to type them up as they come in. So there's lots and lots of giveaways. So scroll down on this page, on that Facebook page, and hit the register now button, because this is something that you don't want to miss.
Well, we're getting so many prizes that we actually you and I, we're going to meet this weekend virtually to go through what all the prizes are. We have so many prizes coming in. And so you've got such a great opportunity to not only get all this amazing, amazing education, to network with experts in the industry. If you're new to the industry, the reason you need to be at this conference is to meet people who have been around for a while. They can share what they've gone through. They can mentor you. And if you're seasoned and you're in the industry, that means old. But if you're seasoned and you're in the industry, we all know that when you give out, it comes back. And there are people new to the industry that they look up to people like you, and they want to learn from you. So please sign up for the conference. Carmen and her team, phenomenal job pulling this together. They've gotten a great platform. You will be amazed at the platform itself. I actually was so impressed with it. And they've got the exhibit area, they've got the networking area, they've got the breakout sessions, they've got the keynote speakers, they've got the break session where Stephanie and I, again, we will be just sharing great information, doing recaps on the sessions. We're going to be sitting in on sessions to make sure we're getting the best of the best information to bring back to you, and all the prizes. So $199 for members. Go ahead and sign up right now. If you're not a member, go ahead and become a member. It's very nominal to become a member, and you get all these amazing benefits. As a matter of fact, tonight we have a session that we're going to be doing. It's another live. Stephanie, can you give us some information?
Yeah, we're doing tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. We are going to be sitting down doing a Facebook Live with Serena Anki Cole from New York City. She owns a Anki Cole law firm. And it's really quite funny. And we'll be talking about this tonight, but she's one of the few lawyers I have ever seen that on their website specifically list pet care industry.
Nice.
the pet industry
Nice.
as a specialty. So we're going to be talking about trademark, protecting your brand. She's going to be speaking at the conference about expanding and protecting your brand and trademarking and copywriting. And Susan, you and I could talk forever and a day about copywriting.
Yeah.
I just know it. So we've been there. So we're going to be doing that. And then at noon on Monday, we actually just had one thrown in this morning. We were in touch with Carmen, and we're going to be doing another Facebook Live at noon Eastern on Monday. And the topic of that one is, we're talking about, Annette Uda is going to be joining us, and Todd is going to be joining us about strategies in cleaning, I believe.
Sanitation and cleaning,
Yeah.
and making sure your facility is up to par, because quite seriously, that is something that your clients and your customers look for today. They look for things that you may not even be aware of. And that's why these sessions are so important, because you will get a lot of aha moments. And tonight, you definitely want to tune in for the Facebook Live, because learning the legal side of business is so important. One thing can wipe a business out. And if you protect yourself and you learn what you need to do to protect yourself, that can give you a thriving business.
So on
Okay.
that note, I'll kind of sign out from here. Susan, thank you so much for being
We
our
need to
guest
draw.
today.
We need to draw.
Oh, yeah, we need to draw. Susan's
so
going to draw for us.
Susan, give me a
Okay.
number between 1 and 10, please.
5.
Number 5. Okay, let's see who lucky number 5 is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We know I can count to 5. Jim Royal is our big winner.
Yay!
Yay! Let's give Jim a big high five. Big high five. Yay!
That's so wonderful, because Jim and his team out at Woodley Acres Pet Resort in Indian Head, Saskatchewan, has been on watching every single live that we have done. I have
Awesome.
seen that name come up. He was at the IBPSA conference last year in Palm Springs. He has a family-run business. I'm so happy that Jim just won that $50
Yay, Jim.
Amazon gift card, because he has been a true follower of our Facebook Lives. He's listened to every single one of them. So thank you so much, Jim. Say hi to Ben and Josh and Steph for me too.
Okay. Well, thank you, Susan. You've been delightful. And I look forward to seeing you at the conference.
Oh, yeah.
I know last year I hung out at your booth quite a bit, because I just like hanging out with you guys. And, it's so nice when you meet true professionals who are so committed to the industry, and you definitely are. So thank you so much, Stephanie. As always, delightful. And I look
Yes.
forward to continuing this journey with you. It's been just a blast.
And we will see each other tonight at 7:00 Eastern.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
Different time, same place. We'll see you
Absolutely.
again.
All right.
Have a great
Thank you
weekend,
so much,
everyone.
Susan.
Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great day.
Bye.